So in this video, I'm going to talk about this book, The Magic, which is a book on gratitude. So I talk about how pretty much every morning, my morning routine is I wake up, I drink water, so I hydrate, and then I follow it up with a gratitude journal. So let's go ahead and get started, and let me just walk you through why has this been possibly the most important thing that I've been able to add to my morning routine, how it works, and give you as much of an understanding as I possibly can so that you can experience the same results as I do from following this. So this book starts out by really explaining this verse from Matthew 13:12, which reads, "Whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them." Now, words are very powerful, and I want you to pay attention to how the meaning of this phrase changes whenever you add one word. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, okay, and they will have an abundance. So whoever has gratitude will get more to be grateful for. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what they have will be taken from them. You can keep adding. Whoever has gratitude for health will be given more and in abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude for health, even what they have will be taken from them. So as you follow this, you start to understand that there is, the law of reciprocity or karma. Basically, you get what you give. So if you give gratitude for the current health that you have, then you will be given more and in abundance. But if you don't have any sort of gratitude, even what little health you may have will be taken from you. And that's basically what this is reading. And now the biggest thing to understand here is that gratitude is a feeling. Gratitude isn't waking up and just saying thank you. It starts with just saying thank you, but really what you are doing is you're experiencing a feeling. And so when I talk about doing a gratitude journal, I'm not just sitting down and writing down thank you for this, thank you for that. I'm not just saying, I'm actually practicing gratitude, which means, to practice gratitude means that you're practicing a feeling. Okay, you're practicing feeling, being in a state of gratitude. And this is basically what I want to emphasize, because what this book talks about is that as you practice gratitude, okay, as you increase your feeling of gratitude, you're going to notice the results in your life will expand to be equal to your feeling. So let me illustrate this for you and show you more or less what I'm talking about. Now, if you've watched, the video I did on the anxiety masterclass, basically what I talk about in there is that here's us, and we have essentially two modes of operating. One is basically we have our ego, and then we have the self. And in our ego side, this is basically where we experience things like fear, anxiety, depression, all these negative feelings. When you are in a state of being, and this will be where gratitude is experienced, this is basically feelings like love, gratitude, and basically just being yourself. This is where you increase your vibration, your energy. This is the state of being that you're essentially trying to practice. So as you increase your feeling of gratitude, okay, the results, I'm going to talk about the results next. The results in your life will expand to be equal to your feelings. So I want to break this down. What does it mean that results in your life will expand? Okay, first step is understand that when you're practicing gratitude, you're practicing a feeling. Okay, so if you've got that, let's move on to step number 2. And step number 2 is basically with number one, what you're essentially doing is you're going from the ego to the self. So you're essentially eliminating all the bad feelings. Okay, so if you have bad health, if you have bad luck in whatever area of your life, you may have a bad feeling about it. You don't feel well about it. So when you practice gratitude, first thing that you're doing is you're getting rid of that. Step number two is now you get clear on what you actually want. When you practice gratitude, that's almost like clearing the slate. Like you're starting with the blank canvas. It's really what you're doing is you're getting rid of this, and now you have a blank canvas to work with. Now you have to basically get clear on what you want, and this is what you're giving to the world. You're being grateful for, hey, I want more health, I want more energy, I want more vitality, I want more wealth, I want whatever it is that you're looking for. You're going to do it when you are in this state of gratitude. And so what I use as a start for the phrase is, I am so happy and grateful now that I am, and then you just fill in the blank, whatever it is that you want. Okay, so this could be, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am healthy, vital, now that I am full of energy. When I started this practice, I was told by doctors that my body was not going to be able to produce hormones, and that I was going to have to take hormones for the rest of my life. And I started to actually repeat this to myself. I am so happy and grateful now that I am producing hormones. Okay, and so let me walk you through how this actually works. And this is a very powerful lesson that I'm about to share with you. Some of you may not be ready for this information, but you know what they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, for whoever it is ready to see this, here it goes. The lazy man has no game to roast, okay, but a diligent man sees precious wealth in the land. So here we have what I'm going to call a lazy man. And now we're talking about being diligent. So lazy, okay, the word lazy here is not referring necessarily to physical laziness, like if you don't go to work or do anything like that. Lazy here is referring to basically not taking action, not doing things. So for example, I share a lot of information with people about ways that they can improve their health, and some people will go through the information but they don't take action. Okay, when you don't take action, that's a form of laziness. Another form of laziness is when you don't do this exercise of getting clear on what you want. Thinking, if you're not thinking, basically that classifies as being lazy. And being in a state of gratitude requires you to think, and basically, and more so than think, it requires you to actually become aware of your thinking so you can stop the thinking and direct your thinking. So if you're not able to do that, that will also classify you as lazy. But a diligent man, and when it says men, it's obviously referring to both men or women, but the diligent person sees precious wealth in the land. So how does that work? So a diligent person will be someone who basically sits down and they dream, they think, and then they act on it. So let me break this down even further. So the lazy man has no game to roast, but a diligent man sees precious wealth in the land. This is from Proverbs 12:27. So here we have the land, and if we were to split this land in half, and it's the same land, but here we have one person who sees wealth in the land, and here we have another person who has no game to roast. Okay, and when it's talking about game, we're referring to basically hunting. And so this person's walking through the land and they're saying, hey, like, hey, there's nothing here. There's nothing for me to hunt. I have nothing to eat. But this person over here sees precious wealth in the land. And essentially what they're saying is, because they are dreaming, they are thinking, they are actually acting, they see, I'm going to draw what is supposed to be, I guess, I don't know, we'll call that something to hunt. This person actually sees wealth in the land. They see that, hey, the land has something for me to hunt, and therefore I have something to eat. So how does this actually apply and or translate over to health? Well, if you're reading this book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, which I highly recommend that you do, it's talking about whoever has gratitude for health will be given more, and he or she will have in abundance. So by having gratitude, I believe that what is really happening is that your awareness goes up. Your level of awareness goes up. And you can call this having basically a third eye. You can call it having a sixth sense. You basically begin to see what other people don't see. Your awareness level goes up, and that's because you're being grateful for the health that you have. So you begin to see information, you begin to come across people, you begin to see opportunities to improve your health. And that's why, this book, one of the things that it reads is, when you're grateful for your health, you will not only maintain your current health, at the same time, you will set the magic into motion to increase the flow of health to you. And what that's saying is like, hey, all of a sudden the flow, meaning you're going to start to see things for you to improve your health, opportunities for you to improve your health. The way that this worked for me was when I first started my health journey, it wasn't so much that I was being lazy. Okay, but what was happening was that I was told that my body was not going to be able to produce hormones, that I had to take hormones for the rest of my life. Therefore, I did not even think, I was not even thinking about getting my body to produce hormones. Like, this was not an idea. I didn't even think that was a possible thing because I was told that I couldn't do it. Therefore, I did not think about it. And therefore, I did not see or look. I did not seek for any information, and I did not look or search for the information, right? I was being lazy in the sense that I was just not taking action. Okay, I'm not saying that that I was lazy because I didn't want to do it. I was lazy because I just didn't even think that it was possible. Therefore, I didn't even do it. But as I came across this practice and started to write down, and this was before it happened, okay, before I got my health back in control, I started to feel grateful for it. I started to dream of me having more energy. I started to dream of my health improving, and I started to think about ways or things that I could do to improve my health, and I started to act. And as I started to do that, I started to become aware of information, of people, of different mentors that I came across. And all of a sudden I started to see a wealth of information. I started to find books that basically started to lead me and teach me how I can actually improve my health, how I can get my hormone production up and running, how I could balance out my hormones, how I could do things to get more energy, to get my hair from, keep my hair from falling off, clear my brain fog. There's all these things that I started to see, but it all started with this practice of gratitude where I just constantly felt and experienced, health, I guess, by practicing gratitude, practicing this feeling that, hey, I am healthy. And it starts out with a dream. Okay, when I first started this, I was about 40 plus pounds heavier than I am now, but I was dreaming and visualizing myself doing active stuff, snowboarding, mountain biking, doing all of these things. And that's basically how I use a gratitude journal. So to summarize this, number one, practice the feeling of gratitude. Okay, so that's a feeling that you want to have. And it starts with I guess, will be calming down or quieting down your thoughts. Okay, that's the first thing that you gotta do. When you quiet down your thoughts, you will experience this feeling. As you practice that feeling and you get into this feeling, now you can decide what you really want. And when you write it down, whatever it is that you write down here, make sure that it paints an image of what you're looking for in the future. So that could be whether you want more energy, you want to lose weight, you want your hair to grow thick and healthy, you want your thinking, your memory to be sharp, to be focused. Whatever it is that you're looking for, this is what's going to give you the image. And the more that you practice this, you're going to start going through life and you're going to start to see opportunities to actually take action that's going to move you closer. So this, this isn't magic to where you think about it and then it just happens. No, what happens is that you become aware of the opportunities and then you still have to act. Okay, without action, you have nothing. But this is the process. It starts with a thought. That thought will bring awareness into your life and give you the opportunities that you can act upon. And then it's all a matter of creating a habit and being consistent in the pursuit of that dream, of whatever it is that you're being grateful for. So in this case, I'm talking about health, but I use this in all areas of my life. So I hope that this really helps you out. I believe that this is going to help a lot of people that are going through my programs. This is what I believe is one of the missing pieces. It's one of the habits that I have been cultivating, that I've been working on. This is one of the habits that I practice. And I definitely think that this is a huge part of my journey towards improving my health. So I hope that you found value in this, and I will talk to you guys later. I will be doing more videos like this for other areas of my life. So if you're interested, stay tuned for some of those videos. All right.